Well, we played really a good football game today. Our guys were really focused coming out there today. I thought we had a great week of practice. Our prep was dynamite, and the guys just had laser focus today. I was so impressed defensively how we dominated the football game. That's as well as I think we've played up front collectively with a bunch of guys in the defensive line, linebackers hitting their fits, safeties hitting their fits, and keeping the ball in front of us. So we preached all week that to the defense that they were talking about NDSU offense against UND defense, the two strengths of each program or each team, and I think our guys on defense kind of had a chip on their shoulder, and we wanted to prove that we were the best defense out there, and our guys sure as heck did that on defense. Offensively, they blitzed and did a great job of coming up with different design blitzes, and we knew we were going to be in man coverage, and I was so pleased with Carson for finding guys, and then guys making something happen after the catch. And that's something that we've been stressing, and we were able to finally make some things happen after the catch. So by no means was it a perfect game. We've got to clean up a lot of things. I was really irritated with our turning over the football or dropping the punts. We'll get C.J. Smith back there probably moving forward, but it's something we've got to learn from. And a couple penalties on special teams really cost us some field position. So I'll open up for questions.
Talk about Darius Shepard, his emergence, made a nice catch on the one touchdown. I mean, is that something you've seen maybe coming on here in the weeks leading up to this?
Yeah, well, we saw it all through fall camp. He's really an explosive player that just needed game reps and needed some confidence, and Carson's got good confidence in him, and he can do some things after the catch with the football, and so I was really pleased with his performance, and he'll continue to get better. He's just a redshirt freshman.
Cam Peterson, 28-yard field goal, 49-yard field goal. No points for, style or anything, but
you know what? Great kick by him, and I thought that was a real important opportunity to give the young man. And we were right on the cusp of his range. Now, we didn't know because we haven't been around him that much if that was his range or if he could go probably not another yard further. But it was something I think for his confidence was really big, and so we wanted to kick the field goal, and really happy for Cam.
Coach, RJ's day, I know he was kind of bothered by an ankle. Certainly didn't see it today.
He's a tough kid. He's a gamer. He's a guy that Carson has got a lot of confidence in, and he's just a dynamite football player that somehow always seems to make plays, and he's a playmaker, and we're excited to have him. He's another kid, just a sophomore.
What do you think you were able to do? That they had 270 yards against Wyoming rushing. After looking at the tape, what were you guys able to do?
I thought we hit our gaps and hit our fits really well. Jeff, we really emphasized that. I know there was maybe some misfits in the previous game, and we learned from that because we do a lot of the same things that Wyoming does, even some of the same things that Drake does. So we took both game plans, and we were really conscious of the jump cut of a kid bouncing outside, and so we talk all the time. You hear me talk about keeping the cup and keeping the ball in front of us inside, and so we kept the cup. And our guys, I thought our defensive line, those D tackles, boy, they penetrated and pushed the line of scrimmage, and when you do that, linebackers can run downhill.
Talk about Aaron Seidel a little bit. He's a walk-on kid. He really made an impact today.
And he keeps playing more and more. He gives Nate and Brian a good break in there, and I was so happy for Seidel and then Stanley Jones as well. I mean, we're playing a couple of redshirt freshmen, and they're getting more and more snaps because they're gaining more and more confidence. And as we get into Valley play, I mean, shoot, we're going to need all those guys.
This game had a different feel with just the teams not playing for 12 years and finally having a matchup.
It didn't until the end of the week, and we tried to kind of shelter our guys from that. And then the end of the week, it kind of amped up a little bit Friday and Saturday. And our guys knew, hey, I told the guys, this is what Bison Pride is. This is playing for the guy next to you. And all the guys that I've had come and talk to this football team, it's playing for those guys that have been a part of this rivalry. Some of the guys that even didn't play that wish they would have played in that rivalry or in that game. I thought it was really important for us to go out for all the guys that played before us, for all those guys, and give it our best.
Did you sense the crowd was amped up for this?
I thought the crowd was dynamite. When we had some recruits out there in a tent, and the students and the tailgating lots were jam packed, and I thought early on they were a huge factor for us. And For us defensively, when we're able to get off on that snap count and can tell that play clock's going down, it's a big advantage to us, and the crowd was dynamite again.
Injuries, anything?
Not that I was aware of. I think Dimitri Williams had an ankle that kept him out the second half.
Sprain or something?
I don't know.
You did see something on tape that just said you could be more successful with 4 and 5 receivers. It seemed like a lot of 3-4 receiver sets.
Well, a lot of that was keeping our tight ends and flexing those guys out, but we thought we needed to spread those guys out a little bit because we knew when we got into our conventional formations they were going to blitz the dog out of us, and they did. And we thought we could make some plays in the passing game. We really thought Zach Vra had some good matchups, and he utilized those, and we thought Darius had some good matchups. And when you bring as much pressure, and that's just what they do, that's the aggressive style. They made some really big plays that turned into negative plays for us. But in the same respect, you're susceptible to giving up the big play. And we had to be able to play pitch and catch and do some things after the catch because we weren't going to be able to just pound it at them. They had too many guys in there.
Quiet day for Chase. Was that more of a matchup thing or just kind of the way the game went?
Just the way the game went.
How much of the defense progressed since the first week? I think you held these guys today without a first down until 4 minutes left in the third quarter or something.
Yeah, I hope we're continuing to progress. I was disappointed. The first time we run a blitz, and then part of it was a noise factor. We brought the wrong blitz. One guy from one side, one guy from the other side, and we were supposed to bring 2 guys from the same side. And so we're continuing to learn. But when we play as well as we do up front, it makes us pretty dang salty on defense. But we're progressing. Now this open week's going to be huge for us, for the young linemen, both sides of the ball, and some of our younger secondary guys, getting those guys up to speed.
Can you talk a little bit more about what you have to clean up special teams wise?
Well, we had a couple blocks in the back that I've got to look at, and that's a technique thing that we work on every Monday, and we really emphasize it, and they called it, and it was probably a good call. And then obviously we can't turn the football over. That's that takes every bit of momentum you have and takes it away. And there was a flip side. It was 34-3, and I think Trey wishes he had an interception back, and then we punt it, fumble, and next thing you know, it's 34-9. And I thought we saw the game in hand, but the momentum flipped, and the special teams did that, and it can't happen. And there's something we'll shore up. I mean, Darius trying to make a play, Perk. And I've got a lot of confidence in Perk. Perk he dropped the doggone thing, and he can't do that. But we've got to clean those things up because we need those guys. We need Shep. We need Perk. Perk's a dynamic guy for us. We've got to get him back and keep working with him.
Take one more question, if there is one, before we move on to UND.
Coach, you glad this week is over with all the talk of everything around the game?
No, because it's 1 week that you only get Carson Wentz and CJ and Champ so long, and it's every other. It's same thing. Now we're going to take a week off, and then we're going to go into South Dakota State, and you're going to be badgering me about the Jackrabbits. So it is what it is, and it's part of the job, and we'll keep moving forward. Thanks.